Hi guys, I'm Missy DeGraff. I'm one of 24 authors. That's part of the Rogue Skies box set, which is out on pre-order. So go check us out. Today I am going to be going through the book tag, The Road So Far by Josh over at Beards and Books. I'm very excited and I hope you enjoy. Let's see, question 1. If you could pick a fictional world to live in, what world would you choose and why? Well, I don't have to think long and hard about that one at all. The Shadow World. I fell in love with Cassandra's Clare, The Mortal Instruments, and then when the Shadowhunters came out on TV, I was in heaven. Just the whole idea that we have this elite world living among us, this society protecting humans without us knowing it, is just mind-blowing. Number 2, what solo book and or book series surprised you the most? Surprised me the most? Okay. Well, most recently I would say it's The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. If you haven't read it, go read it. If you've read it, you know why it surprised me. I usually pick up on things very quickly and figure them out on my own. This one caught me way off guard. I was so surprised that I stopped reading and went back and reread from the beginning up to that point. And then once I finished it all, I reread it yet again. It's very good. Let's see. Number 3, you can pick one author to meet. Who would you choose and why? Only one? That is hard. Let's see. Okay, I think I'd have to pick Rochelle Mead. The Vampire Academies is one of my all-time favorite. I breezed through it in less than a week. I was so captivated by the whole storyline. And it even inspired me to dabble into fan fiction. So that was fun. Number 4, if you could only ever read one genre of books for the rest of your life, what genre would you choose and why? Well, if you haven't noticed, I like fantasy, and it didn't specify a specific subgenre, so I will take all subgenres under fantasy. And why? Well, because fantasy lets you play with your imagination, and if you have a very vast imagination, then you will never get bored. Number 5, what genre do you rarely read but wish you read more of? As you've noticed, I mainly read fantasy, specifically urban fantasy, fantasy romance, and magic realism, but I do enjoy a whole slew of the other subgenres. What do I wish to read more of? Sticking with fantasy, I guess, historical fantasy, time periods, Victorian era, steampunk, I wish I would read more of. Going outside of fantasy, let's see, romantic suspense, or even the classics, I enjoy. Number 6, what is the most intimidating book or book series you're too nervous to begin? The Game of Thrones. Hands down. If you've seen the book, you know why. It is so thick. And the page count, oh my gosh, forget about it. I love the TV series, so I know I would really enjoy the books. They are just monsters. One of these days, probably in retirement, I will eventually read them, but until then, they will just sit on my shelf and wait. Let's see, number 7. If you had to recommend one book and or book series above all others, what would it be? Only one? That's hard. Let's see, I've already mentioned The Mortal Instruments and The Vampire Academies and Kiss of Deception, wink wink. So with that said, the Thread of Glass series had me up all night reading. That's a really good series, but I did want to throw the book across the room several times, so I don't know if that would be the one to recommend. I'm cheating a little, I know. So if I had to recommend just one series, I think I would have to go with an indie author, Bailey Artisan with the Sweet series. Book 1 is Sweet Oblivion. It's a really good fun read. I fell in love with the main characters. They just captured my heart and burrowed deep inside my soul. I waited 2.5 years for the 4th book to come out, and I came right back to it. If you're looking for a quick, fun summer read and you enjoy elves, I would recommend that one. See, final questions. What are your reading plans for the next 6 months? 6 months? Who plans that far out? My to-be-read list is a mile long. Let me see. It'll be easier, I think, if I just show you. So here, hang with me. Let's see here. Can you see it behind me here? That probably shows you backwards, doesn't it? But Sky in the Deep, The Wicked King, These Rebel Waves, Flame in the Mist, Cruel Prince, Onyx and Ivory, Beyond a Darkened Shore. Can you see all these? Yeah, and that is just a few. So, lastly, to finish it off, let's see, tag some friends. What would be a book tag without tagging friends? I'm going to tag the lovely Anna Applegate. She also has a book series out that I highly recommend, several. She has more coming out very soon as well. She writes paranormal romance. Be sure to check her out. Nikki Rose, a very talented romantic suspense author. She also has several more coming out. And my dynamic duo, Heather Glidwell, we are co-authoring a fantasy series together coming out this fall as well. Be sure to check that one out too. So thanks for stopping by, and I hope you had a wonderful time. I did.